Hey guys, so today I thought I would show you my warm-up routine that I do before ballet class. What I'm going to show you is the list of exercises that I like to do in the order that I like to do them on most days, but depending on how my body feels any specific day, I can change it up or adjust to what my body needs. But this is going to be the general list of what I would do on a normal day. So the first thing I like to do is I take this roller. I like this one with the spikes on it. It was just the first one that I got, and now any other roller just doesn't feel as in depth. You could use a foam roller if you have it. If you don't have one, you could use your hands or a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball or something. So what I do is for some reason I always start on this side, and I just roll out all of the muscles much more in depth than this. I go over each area like 5 times. I go through my thigh, and then I go over my shins. You don't want to go on your shin bone, but I do both sides of it. Then I do the other leg. I also do the calf on both of my lower legs, and then I do the other thigh. And obviously my hamstrings and whatever. So a lot more in depth than I just showed you, but that is just what I do. I like to do it. I feel like it gets my muscles warm and loose and ready to do the exercises. And then the next thing that I always do first is I do crunches. Now when you're doing crunches, it's very important to remember to keep your stomach in the entire time, because you want to make sure you keep your abs in, and you want to keep your hip flexors as relaxed as you can. That's why I like to have my legs up when I'm doing crunches. If I have to grip anything in my legs, I'd rather be my hamstrings than anything else, just to keep me from sliding on the ground. And another important thing to think about is not to just lift with your neck. You want to lift from here, so it's your whole back lifting up. So for my routine, I do 20 straight up, 20 alternating directions, and then anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 more straight up as to follow up. Just a warm up to get my ab muscles in check and working. I don't find that crunches do too much for me, but I do like to do them just as a warm up for my abs. And then the next thing that I do, you can do this with your straight legs or with your bent legs. I do it with my bent legs because I have really sensitive hip flexors, so the straight legs can be a lot more intense on that. So what you want to do is make sure you're holding your stomach and your belly button to the ground, and you lift both legs up, and you put them right back down. And you want to try to keep the shape of them the same the whole time. And I do 15 of these, trying to keep my back as close to the ground as I can. And you can put your hands on your hips, you can put them out. So I do 15 of these as another ab exercise. Since crunches are more geared towards your upper abs, this is more geared towards your lower abs, so I get a little bit of everything. And the next exercise that I'm going to show you is a warm-up for your hamstrings. So what I do is I pull one leg into my chest, and I plant this foot down, and I have all of the pressure going into this foot and using my hamstring. And I push up with my hamstring so my body creates a flat line to my knee, and I'm making sure my knee is going straight over my toes, and I'm not tilting or dipping, and that my hips are completely square to the ground as they were when I walk. And I just go straight up and down, and I do it 10 times on both legs. So that's the first area of exercises I do in my warm-up. I like to group those together because they're all laying on my back, so they kind of are easier to all do at the same time. The next one I'm going to do is an inner thigh exercise. This one you can do it with your hand up, or you can do it laying down. I do a mixture of both. I find laying down slightly more stable. So what you do is you put your top leg in front as like a brace, and then you flex this leg, keeping it as straight as you can. And I do 16 pulses at a lower height, or not pulses, raises at a lower height, and then I do 16 between the lower height and the highest height that I can get. And then at the highest height, I do 8 pulses and I hold for 8 counts. And then I do 8 more pulses and hold for 8 counts. And 8 more pulses and hold for 8 counts. Depending on the day, I could do more or less of that, but that is what I do to pretty much just like waken up my inner thighs. And obviously you want to do it on both sides. So you do the 8 lower ones, or no, the 16 lower ones, the 16 higher ones, the 8 and hold, 8 and hold, 8 and hold. The next exercises I'd like to do are also for my hamstrings, like the lifting one. These ones you will do on your stomach. So we're going to flip over onto our stomach now. And I do this, I put my hands in this position on the ground. And I lay my head onto my hands. And you keep both of your legs together. And the first one that I'm going to show you, you lift them together, you lift them off the ground, you put them back on the ground, you flex and you point. And then you lift off the ground, flex, and point. So on this lift is where you want to make sure you're feeling your hamstrings. You're pulling your stomach away from the ground, keeping both hips evenly down, trying to keep your knees as together as possible. And that's when you will start to feel it in your hamstring most. Another hamstring exercise I like to do, because sometimes that one doesn't get them as far as warm and ready as I would like them to be. I do put my legs in this position, and I lift them straight up 16 to 20 times. Sometimes I switch which foot is on top. I don't really think it makes that much difference, but as long as you're lifting them, thinking about the same things as last time, try not to include your back in it too much. Really focus on getting the work in your hamstrings. So that is where my exercise area of the routine ends. If it's time for class to start at this point, that's where I'll stop. But if I still have a little bit of extra time, I like to stretch in this way. I'm very tired right now because it's Sunday, it's my day off, and I haven't stretched or fully warmed up at this point. But this stretch, you want to make sure that your ankle is past your knee and you're trying to get the top leg down. And this will stretch your turnout. And you're doing this on both sides. And then you can also cross all the way, which is more of an intense stretch, and I find it gets a little deep. I don't know. It feels quite different to me. Some people say that this is just like a further version of that one. You could do it like in between, but I like it as a completely separate stretch. And then another one of my favorite stretches is to do this stretch, and I do it so that this foot is trying to be as close to the center and my knee is more out to the side, and this stretches my IT band. You can do it so that your leg goes straight in front of you. If that is too intense for you, that doesn't give me as much of an IT band stretch, more of a hamstring stretch, but everybody is different, so you can figure out what works best for you. And then also one of my last favorite things to do is to use the cross ball and to roll out my feet and my hips. And Catherine Morgan said that this is, if she doesn't do this, her turnout doesn't feel open. I don't find the same way, but I do find that it helps if I'm having hip pain or if my feet are really cold. So you just put it under your head and you roll back and forth gently. And you can also roll on your hip flexor. And then on the feet. I just put it under my arch and I roll back and forth to warm up my feet. I can put it on my toes, trying to roll out the ball of my foot and the arches. So that's all for my ballet warm-up. I hope it was helpful or gave some people an idea of what they might like to do in their warm-up routine. And if you like to see more dance-related videos or other kinds of videos, you can definitely subscribe to my channel down below. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!